From the Bramble Jam Podcast Network studios, it's the Diss List with Brandon Dan. 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 Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
I did something weird to the mic.
I was doing a new thing.
You're doing Yo Who's Doing It.
I was doing some snaps.
It's the Diss List, y'all.
Final Diss List of the year. Merry Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas. Nobody's told you yet. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this is what better place to celebrate Christmas right here on the Diss List.
Well, that's exactly
America's, one of the best listing shows out there, from what I
That's
understand.
my understanding as well.
Yeah.
It's very specific list about list shows. Dan, this is a very simple program, though. We have a guest come on, bring a list of things that they're passionate about, top 10 list.
That's right.
And then we get to make some changes to it, diss it, if you will, by doing 2 replaces, things that we think that belong on the list, and maybe take 2 of the things off, and then 2 flips. Maybe we think one should be higher, one should be lower. Those are the things that we can do. And at the end of the day, our guest is going to have to decide whose list is the best.
That's right. And we have an actual list podcast host with us,
that is very true, Dan.
which is crazy.
For the holiday season. And who do we have today, Dano?
We have Lynn Austin, host and creator of the Hallmark Movie Drafts podcast.
Yes, which is a list show.
Hi, Lynn. How's it going?
It's going great. How are you guys doing?
Today, your name is List Austin.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Because you have a list.
Lynn Liston. We'll get there.
We'll keep working on shopping it. It is the holiday season, and you have brought a holiday-themed list for us today to close out the year. What are you passionate about? What's this list that you've brought?
So I just want to be really clear. My list is about Christmas tree decorating crimes.
Okay, so
It's not about the best crimes at Christmas
You
time.
put Christmas crimes. Graphics department got us again here.
Yeah, they
Christmas crime sounds like somebody's just robbing stockings and murdering Santa.
So it's not Grinch.
That's right.
Etc.
Robbing
crimes.
Duncan's toy chest, number
Yes.
1.
No.
It's not that. It is Christmas tree crimes, which is
Christmas
like
tree
what?
decorating crimes.
What does that mean?
So I want to be really clear. There's no such thing as an ugly Christmas tree, but there is such a thing as a badly decorated tree. So these are some tips and guidances that, my top 10, maybe they're my grievances, my
Sure.
pet peeves. But they're also based on, visual appeal and aesthetics. So it really is about decorating the tree.
Yeah.
It's not about stealing. None of that.
I can imagine that this will be somewhere between where style and function meet. Because I think there's some things that are just tips that you learn by doing it wrong. Like I can think of some things off the top of my head that the first
don't
time
cut off the top.
That's you made that's an actual story where the tree was too big
tall, so
and you took
off the top, the part that was
to
hitting
make
the
it
roof.
a rhombus, a
It was hitting the
trapezoid
ceiling.
instead
You
of
hit the
taking some off the stump.
Cut off. Well, yes, it would make sense. I cut off the part that was hitting the ceiling.
So that's an example of like that should be on this list, but I think people just assume no one's dumb enough to do that, and so it wouldn't be on the list. But
Number 1, don't cut the top off.
But stuff like that I think is kind of what I'm thinking of, and there's just some choices you can make. Am I right here, Lynn?
Yes, these are crimes of excess. These are crimes of neglect. These are crimes of, well, it looked good on Pinterest, so I'm going to check it out here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you do here, Lynn, because people are listening. They're looking at their Christmas trees and they're wondering, am I going to get called out? There's only one way to find out.
Right.
Well, yeah, there is only one way, but I do want to kind of set expectations and boundaries. My list could have been, 20 instead of 10. So I'm not going to get into when should you put your tree up or take it down. You want to put it up on the 24th, rip it off on the 26th. That's on you.
Hey,
right?
yeah, there's no crime against wanting your tree out of there the day after Christmas, and there's no crime
That's
against
debatable. That's why I'm not going to get into
there's
that.
no crime against
you want to keep it up all year round?
Yeah, I think that's all fair play.
Yeah. And I'm also not going to get into the whole real tree versus fake tree, which one is better, because I'm quite sure that there are legitimate reasons for having an artificial tree that have nothing to do with having lost all of your Christmas spirit.
Thank you,
I think
Lynn.
that says all it needs to say there.
I appreciate that. Like, maybe you
So
wanna
I'm
put
just
it
here
up
to
there.
educate and enlighten. Like I
Yeah,
said,
I love
there's
it.
no such thing as an ugly tree. There's just such a thing as a badly
All
decorated
right.
tree.
Okay. All right. Off we go. Let's make some people mad this holiday season.
Here we go.
Let's do
Top
it.
10
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Top
That's
10
right.
Christmas crimes. Number 10. What do we got, Lynn?
Not testing the lights first. This is
Oh yeah.
such a rookie mistake,
on,
and
guys.
it's also an assumption mistake, right? So just because the lights worked when you took them off the tree last year doesn't mean they survived 12 months of, storage exile. So you want to test the strands first, in your outlets before you put them on the tree. You want to look for those burned out bulbs. I don't know about you guys, but I've never successfully been able to replace a bulb.
No, you just buy a new string.
Yeah. And once you get it onto the tray, it just seems like it's going to be that much harder to replace the bulb. So this is an easy crime to avoid.
This is a fool me once situation. Everybody, I don't know if everybody does, but I know for me as an adult putting up my own Christmas tree in my own house, when the first time that this happened was probably year 2 or 3, where I just was winging the lights up and then I'd plug it in for the big, and it happened. I was like, this is a disaster because now you're in it. You have to decide how you want to deal with this problem. Whereas if you plug them in ahead of time, you don't have, it's okay. It doesn't work. It does work. I have replaced the bulb, You can do all of those things. I think this, I can't imagine 9 that are worse than this, because this is legitimately under your control. Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, this is something that we can all avoid by one simple, you shouldn't be in a hurry when you're decorating. This should be time to hang out with family, right? I can't imagine 9 worse than this, Lynn. This is a big time Christmas tree crime, in my opinion.
Yeah. What's nice about lights these days is that it's no longer, at least the newer lights are no longer, if one's out, they're all out. The strings now can survive one bulb being out, which is nice. It's a nice thing. I will say something that happened to me this year, actually. I fell into this trap a little bit with my outdoor decorations. I got a bunch of stuff from the Christmas Light Emporium last year. Yeah. Wonderful decorations. I was excited to put them back up. 4 snowflakes on my roof. You know them?
Yes,
You've seen them.
Look great.
I just got them last year. I felt pretty good about this, right?
Oh, you didn't test them?
I didn't test them. I was in a rush to get this over with because I hate getting on the roof. I know. And so I put them up there. 1 worked, 3 didn't.
You got to check those first, buddy.
Guess what happened?
What?
Fixed themselves. I don't know how, but for 2 days, 2 nights they didn't work. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get to it over the weekend. I'm going to go up there and figure out what happened. So are you saying
people just roll with it, just don't worry about this, and they'll fix themselves?
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that Christmas magic fixes a lot of things, and I don't know how and I don't know why, but those snowflakes are working perfectly and have for the better part of 2 months now. So do with that what you will. But yes, you have to test them.
Really called your shot. And they're working for 2 months.
Just because they're new just because you've only used them 1 year doesn't mean that you don't need to test them.
Check them every year. Check them every year. Period.
It's true. And don't, Bran, I think you dodged a bullet there because I think that was a true Christmas miracle.
True Christmas miracle. Themselves. Yeah, 100%. Okay, number 9. Where are we going now? That's a great number 10. Maybe too low though.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, guys. There's a lot coming your way. Okay. Number 9. I wasn't even going to include this, but I'm seeing so many more trees with tinsel on them that the criminal evidence keeps piling up. It's tinsel overload. Okay. Forgive me, but there's an art to tinsel, people. The grab a handful and throw it on the tree method. That's not art. That is a cry for help. Don't do it.
Oh, man.
Don't do it. If your tree looks like it, sneezed up glitter, you're doing it wrong. So
you like tinsel just
a little bit in moderation.
A little there.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
You didn't hear me say that.
Okay.
No. I was just going to say that if you insist on using tinsel, you want to take 2 or 3 strands at a time, dangle it on the end of the branch,
dangly.
okay? It hangs gracefully. Tinsel's meant to reflect, not suffocate.
This
And
is
it
all
goes
good
on
stuff. Yeah.
after all the ornaments are on the tree, not before. And just remember, whatever you put on the tree, you're going to
gotta
have
take
to
off the
take it
tree.
off.
Yeah, that's
So less is more. And in my opinion, not only is less more, but none is better.
Oh,
Wow.
Brand new
Go there.
tinsel boy.
So I have an interesting relationship with tinsel because I don't utilize tinsel in my own house. My grandma growing up was a tinsel overload person. And so I do have a soft spot for the tinsel overload. Does it look good when you have a ton of tinsel on your tree? No, it doesn't. Do I have very fond memories of my grandma and us kind of giving her a hard time about the amount of tinsel? I sure do. So I don't know what to do with this one, to be honest with you, Lynn, because I understand where you're coming from, but I do it's a tough one. There's sentimentality there.
So I'm same but different. My dad hated tinsel with a passion. In fact, at least one year, if not multiple years, my brother and I got him a fake gift that just exploded tinsel at him, just because he hated the feel of it and the look. He hated all of it, and it was
stuck on his newsies.
And it was yeah, exactly. My dad is committed to the London fog cap.
Pulls it off, brother.
Yeah,
Pulls it off.
He does, unlike any other. But that was like, we never had any of it in our house ever. And I still don't put it on my tree because it's a lot of work, and I got kids and I got dogs that are going to take it down. However, there's something about people that go too hard on their Christmas tree in any one direction that I find weirdly charming. So I'm not saying it looks good. I don't disagree with anything Lynn said. But if somebody if their tree looks more silver than green, if it's a real tree that smells like it's supposed to smell, which is a big deal to me, is smelling that tree, and the Fraser fir especially, but just that pine smell is excellent. And then for some reason they've decided that it just snowed tinsel. That is not a decision I would make. But I think it's weirdly charming. It's like Cece's Pizza. Like, should I go there or would I choose it? No. But there's something about it, you know?
Every once in a while, you come across the Cece's.
And you're like, maybe
let's
this time.
Let's wreck the rest of my day.
That's
with
exactly
Cece's.
right. Yeah.
I will say this about tinsel. Tinsel, for me, should only be used on real trees and should be used. It's a one-off. Don't try to reuse this tinsel. To your point.
No, if you're reusing tinsel, that's the Christmas crime right there.
To me, like tinsel, throw that sucker on your tree and then promptly take it out with the tree.
Just trash it.
You don't have to reuse it. It's okay. It's okay.
I agree with that, Bran. And actually, Dan, just to piggyback on what you just said, if you are going to use tinsel, avoid hanging it on those lower branches, especially if you have curious pets or little kids, because ingesting tinsel is
real bad.
No bueno.
Yeah.
So.
That's a lot of how I decorate our tree now is, well, we can't put anything down there because of just dogs and kids and whatnot.
Like a dog. All right. Number 8. Where are we heading now?
Number 8. Number 8 is tree topper turmoil.
Ooh, it's alliterative. Yeah.
No offense to Tyler Hines, but if you got to be lifted up to put that angel on a tree, make sure it's straight on the tree. Okay. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be leaning too much. It shouldn't be tilting forward. Your star or whatever your ornament is shouldn't be too big for the size of the tree. If someone thinks like a Santa hat looks cute up there, that's great. One year, when I was a kid, my brother and I woke up to a cooked lobster topper on our tree.
Cooked lobster?
Yep, there was a lobster on top of the tree.
Feels like a waste of a lobster.
Say you're from New England without saying you're from New England.
It's a cooked lobster.
Say your parents hosted a Christmas Eve party and served Fish House Punch, and everybody got trashed, and then they decorated the tree because Santa hadn't come yet.
Yeah,
your house sounds fun. Yeah. How about that? I have never been to a party where a lobster ended up on top of a Christmas tree.
I don't know what level of Fish House Punch,
Fish House Punch, you need to have that, and then
had a few swigs to be like, what if we put a cooked lobster up there?
Is the Fish House, is that basically like everything in the kitchen sink type punch? You just throw everything you got in there?
It was like, I do have the recipe somewhere from from my grandparents because it was their recipe.
Okay.
I believe, think of, how a Long Island iced tea has like 5 or 6.
Yep.
Yeah, double that.
Double it.
Double it.
Double it.
Same for me,
Throw some
double.
juice.
There you go.
I think that this is a good one. This is one that everybody experiences a crooked star at some point during the holiday season. Whether you put it on at first, you take a step back and you go, uh-oh. But there are people that put it up there and never give it a second thought, crooked or otherwise.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
You just throw it up there and not even look to see if it's symmetrical?
And check it from all sides. Don't just look at it from the front. Like walk around and check it out.
I think for me, that's the whole thing is that I give a lot. Like, first of all, I'm a real tree boy. I think that has been well documented. I think that's very, very important. But I give a lot of leeway to what your tree looks like as it's been decorated, depending on your tradition or the age of your kids or whatever other situation. Like, our tree growing up looked like it had just thrown up ornaments because my mom was a school teacher for decades and kept every ornament every kid ever gave her. Literally. And she knew every one of them and where they came from. And and we put them all on the tree we had to find room for all of the ornaments. So I have a lot of leeway. What I have no leeway for is a leaning tree or a bad topper. Guys, if you will get your tree straight at the bottom, if you will level your tree, however you do it, with those stand adjusters, with some towels or magazines, you work on that a long time before you start doing anything else on your tree. And if you do that, the star should go on there straight. The angel should go on there straight. It just should. And unless the top of your tree is crooked, then you got to do some work. And sometimes you do have to make a compromise and go from the angle that most people are going to see it looks straight. Well, whatever you have to do to put all this time into a Christmas decoration and to just chuck something on top and let it hang at a 45-degree angle, you've lost your mind. Absolutely not. This is a good one, Lynn.
This is a good one.
Yeah, it should not be looking like it's defying gravity.
No.
Right?
No,
absolutely.
No.
Number 7.
I heard you singing Wicked.
Number 7. This is one that made my dad crazy. This easily could have been my number 6.
Okay.
6,
All right.
7, 6, 7.
6, 7.
Oh, I see what we did
wow, Lynn, I think the first one to do the 6, 7 on the disc list. Congratulations, Lynn. I don't know if that's
first 6, 7
an award you want or not, but
I don't think so. This is hanging ornaments on light wires.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Okay, so repeat after me. Ornaments go on branches.
Ornaments go on branches.
Ornaments go on branches.
There you go. We learned it just now.
So if your ornament looks like it's just hanging out there in thin air, it's a bad look. And not only that, the whole weight of your ornament can pull on the wire. It can impact, how the light is affecting your other ornaments, or it can actually make the light not work, So let the lights just do their own thing. They're not there to shoulder any baggage or weight or anything like that.
I would say maybe, and this, I may be oversimplifying this, but maybe a good rule of thumb in life is never hang metal wire on electrical outlet or electrical cord. Never hang metal on electrical wire. I think you can. I'm sure you could. I don't know why you would do it. I think you're tempting fate there. And I also think there's plenty of branches to hang your ornaments on. I agree with this. This one isn't, I don't know how often I've seen this. So I agree with this wholeheartedly, but I don't know if I've ever hung an ornament on a Christmas tree light wire ever. I don't know if I've ever done it. But
not even like one of your kids, or even at school when you're decorating trees.
Maybe. I mean, I just think this is I think it belongs on this list. I just don't know how prevalent it is. I don't. Do you? What about you?
That's a strong disagree for me.
You do this
100%.
Oh my God!
You got to utilize every part of the tree.
Oh my God!
Putting a hook
lost it
over top of a Christmas tree wire is not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
It 100% is a big deal.
For what reason?
Well, first of all, I know that those wires are safe.
100% there.
You are putting first of all, you're putting a sharp metal hook on an electrical wire. I don't think
Not
you should
jabbing
do
it.
Second of all, you are going to create an inconsistency in your light line, which would drive me nuts. If you hang stuff on there and it's dipping and dodging, are you kidding me? And plus, I'm doing double strands of light. I'm doing a strand in the tree and then out, and 100%. That's going to mess with that entire thing, in my opinion.
No.
All right, no, you're wrong on this.
I disagree with this one wholeheartedly. All right, number 6.
All right.
And I just got to say, it's not a physics experiment. It's a tree.
That's right. Yeah, the branches are right there, gang. That's what they're there for.
And so are the wires.
You don't have enough room on your branches for your ornaments? You got that many ornaments? You just run out of room?
Part of the problem here is why I don't think it's a big deal is because the tree that I have, which is an artificial tree now, the lights, you don't really have this problem, but you also always have this problem because the lights are a part of the branches themselves. They're a part of the tips and all of that. And so you are always going to be putting.
Oh, well, that's not the same thing.
Yeah. But I know exactly what you're talking about. When I did have a real tree and I would string my own a real tree, I would string my own tree, I would absolutely. Yeah, I know I have too many ornaments.
Yeah, I don't. If I had given up and I had a pre-lit tree where the lights were on the actual branches, I don't think that counts. I think that is fair game. That is designed to do that. Yep. That's different.
And so are the Christmas tree lights.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Before I get to number 6, I do have to make a full disclosure here.
Sure.
I've always had a real tree, either a Fraser fir or a Douglas fir. And this year, my husband and I decided to get an artificial tree.
Sorry,
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
I know, but I got it unlit. We got it unlit.
That's a crazy move to me, Lynn.
If I was going to have
I would put this on the Christmas crimes list. Getting a fake tree. That's the whole point of getting the fake trees. You don't got to put the lights on.
No, the whole point for us for getting this fake tree, there were 2 reasons. Number one is the cost of the Christmas trees in our area, the real ones, are like $120.
Yep.
So there's that. And number 2, it goes back to what Dan said, which is not on my list, but a crooked Christmas tree in the stand is enough to melt my brain.
Yeah.
And when it's a real tree, when it's a natural tree, sometimes that trunk is a little twisted
that happens
right here,
too. Yeah.
Right.
It's finding out what level looks like for each and every different tree is part of the magic of Christmas for me.
I agree. My husband was like, I'm over it. So we'll see. We'll see how long.
Maybe I'll be over it one day, but I still have Christmas spirit in my bones. You know what I mean?
I know. Here. This is a tough one for me.
So. I appreciate the way you said it and then looked at me.
Yeah. For 4 weeks.
I mean, my Christmas magic saved 3 snowflakes this year. So, I mean.
Yeah.
Good for you. All right. Number 6. You ready?
Here we go.
My Christmas spirit's literally lighting up my house right now.
All right.
It's the only thing keeping it's the only thing keeping it afloat.
All right.
Without my Christmas spirit, those snowflakes dead zone.
Whatever you got to tell yourself.
Gonzo. All right, Lynn, 6. What do we got?
6 is ornament size or placement disorder. It boils down to this. If you've got big balls, they stay down low. Do not hang them high.
The big ball ornaments stay low.
Big ball ornaments stay low. They're meant to anchor the bottom. The smaller ones go on top. You can fill in your spaces with smaller ornaments anywhere on the tree, but it's the really big ones that your eyes go to first that should be low, not up high. Okay. You need to be mindful about it. And I have to do a little flex here because I have to throw this in. You're decorating a tree. You're not MC Escher. And I'm sorry. My parents paid a lot for me to go to college to get my art history degree.
Heck
so I got to give a shout out, give them a little ROI on that one.
That's right.
That's the ROI they were
like, what are you
for.
going to do with art history degree? And Lynn's like, there's going to be a show called The Diss List.
And it's going to, I'm going to talk about Christmas crime.
And the chickens are coming home to roost because I'm going to
use it on number 6.
Yeah,
that's right.
So me,
you're not there for optical illusions and impossible constructions. It doesn't work. Big balls, hang them low.
Yeah. So for me, I don't have many balls on my tree, but I do have quite a few heavy ornaments that I put low for the sake of safety. You don't want them falling from 6.5 feet. It might not make it. It can handle a foot, right? So, and the heavier ones you want lower just for this, it just It's just more secure down there. And so I do follow this as far as at least the bigness of the weight of the ornament, if you will. I always put those low.
So this is one where I guess I disagree. I obviously I think the heavy ornaments need as much, as sturdy a resting spot as possible. And so I do think there's just basic physics there. But there's something about the hodgepodge of ornaments, especially in my growing up and what I do now, that I love. I love that there's no rhyme or reason to the ornaments. As much as I want the Christmas tree to be straight and I want the topper to be straight, I want the middle to look as incredibly imperfect in a great way. And I've never once thought about this, and I don't think I will think about this. I think for me, if my kid is growing older and he always grabs the shiniest ornament when he was 3 or 4, and now he can put it higher, he wants to put it higher, I don't care. I don't subscribe to this one. I'll never hang an ornament on a light though. You've lost your mind. But this, I'm out on this.
If your kid puts one on a wire, will you fix it?
Yes.
Wow.
I'll fix it. Yes. I'll put it on the nearest branch. Pretty straightforward. I'm sure this makes a more, I guess what you're saying about the eye catching the biggest ornament makes sense. I don't know. I think part of the fun for me in decorating the tree is I don't know what it's going to look like before it's done.
Yeah.
And
I don't have many big ornaments.
We got all kinds of weird ornaments at our house.
What's the biggest you have though?
It's probably, we got a couple that are pictures of them that we got when they're, so probably like that, but those aren't heavy.
Yeah.
It's probably like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a couple of those, but when I'm thinking about actual ornaments, Fist is about as big as it gets over at the Gray House. Not much bigger than Fist.
A little bit, but for a little bit bigger, but yeah, that's about right.
Well, you got a bigger fist than me.
Yeah, that's right.
So you got to think that through. So your fist and my fist,
same thing.
That's actually, okay, Lynn.
Man.
You've done it already.
Someone's offended somewhere. I know, and I love it.
I'm sure someone is. And this is a tough one though too, because we have some large ornaments. We don't have many round ornaments either, Bran. Ours are mostly, figural ones. And I've got one of a partridge in a pear tree. So it's a pear that hangs down separately. It's like a dangle, and then this partridge bird, and it's about this big. Yeah. So I usually put that in the middle of the tree because I want their eyes to go with it. Yeah. But it'll never go up on near the tippy top where the branches are so delicate and shorter and things like that. Mm-hmm.
So okay, let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to the top 5 Christmas crimes. We'll see if the Grinch made the cut here on
this list. With Brandon Day.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Casey.
KC.
Looks good today.
The entire outfit made of garland? Do I understand that correctly, Casey?
He does not agree with any. No, he's a tinsel boy. He's a garland boy. He loves it all.
That's right. Yeah.
I appreciate the amount of stuff he has hanging from his keyboard today. Yeah. It's very nice. Okay. We're talking Christmas tree crimes today. We've got those untested lights at 10, tinsel overload at 9, little tree topper turmoil at 8, Christmas ornament wire hang. Apparently that's bad. That's at 7. And ball placement. I'm talking balls here at number 6.
Big balls.
Big balls.
That's right. Yeah.
That gets us to number 5. Where are we going? This is the serious stuff here, Lynn.
This is number 5. I should have probably moved it up closer to my number 3 because I feel really strongly about it. But
okay,
here we are. It's mishandling garland.
Wow.
What does that mean?
So this means garland, and this is everywhere, and it makes me nuts. Garland is either wrapped 47 times around the tree until the branches can't breathe, or it's draped sort of so lazily that it looks like you kind of gave up halfway through.
Is this are we talking like ribbon, that people put on trees?
Ribbon, yes, or the glittery garland.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. Anything that's strung. Pennies. You could have a penny garland.
Penny from heaven. Popcorn
garland.
Okay, now I'm with you. Now that we're starting to talk about a lot of different ones, I think I'm understanding what you're saying.
So those are garlands. Anything that's strung.
Got it.
Is a garland.
Yeah. There's no middle ground here.
To me, garland is a commitment. It's not an afterthought. It goes on right after the lights, before the ornaments, and you do the full tree, not just the middle section, not
Yeah.
just the front in a zigzag, goes all the way around top to bottom. You're going to need twice as much garland as you think you going to use, right? You have to use it with intention or don't use it at all. And that's garland for you.
Well, that's garland. Nicely done. I will say this. I was confused when she first said it. After hearing it, I 100% agree with this. I stay away from garland on my own tree. But if you're going to do that, it looks great if you commit to doing it all. If you just kind of throw a flare up there, then it looks really terrible. I don't know if I'd have it top 5 because I don't see it often, but it's definitely a Christmas tree crime. You say you want to move it higher on your list, Lynn. I would say because I just don't see this, like something like not testing lights. There's so many people who are just like, well, it's already, I'll leave it up there. This to me is something that when you see it, it's so off-putting because why would you put a ribbon around one part of your tree? Like, did it win Miss America tree? Like, I don't understand why you would do that. I like this one. I may not have it this high, but I like this one.
I don't care about this one all that much. I'm not a garland person on my tree. We don't do it. The way that I've seen it done, though, is almost like when I see a family who does the popcorn garland and puts it on the tree, it's almost always too little, but there's something about it that's charming and nice. And so I almost think that when you start doing it the way that it should be done, it gets too fancy for me. And then I'm like, I don't care about your tree. It looks too fancy.
You think there's a
me.
charm about a Z for Zorro of popcorn in the middle of the tree?
100% there is.
What?
100%. I find it to be quite charming when the family makes the Christmas, like the homemade garland that the kids do with the little rings, like the, different color construction paper with the circles and stuff. And you're just like, we're going to put that on the tree this year because you made it for school and it's cute.
All right. Well, that's not the same thing.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that's like if you brought home something from school one year and your parents do you a solid because they're your parents. I don't think that was ever part of the theme plan. I think
but that's what I'm saying. I'm either a don't do it at all, or if you're going to have some sort of garland on there, let it be tacky and bad because your kid made it. Once you start getting to the serious, I'm doing this full garland thing, to me, it turns too fancy and then I'm turned off by your tree. So I don't actually want any garland at all. Then that's garland for you.
Some of my favorite Christmas trees on Hallmark movies are when they have successfully wrapped the popcorn top to bottom. Would I ever do it? No. But when I see them actually have a tree and it's about a foot space in between the rows of popcorn, it actually looks great. I just don't want to commit myself to doing it. So I think there's a way to do this and it looked good. I just know that it wouldn't be me. I don't want to do, I've spent enough time.
You're not pulling out the needle and string.
Believe it or not, it's not what I'm doing.
Poking your own popcorn.
Nope.
You guys, you got to stop talking about string and popcorn because you're triggering me. I got kicked out of brownies.
No.
Because my older brother had taught me a bad word and I was getting frustrated stringing popcorn into garlands for a senior home. And I said a bad word and then I wasn't allowed back.
What was the bad word? You don't have to say it, but which one was it?
It began with the 6th letter of the alphabet.
Okay. Yeah. And you did that in brownies, huh?
I did in brownies, never made it to Girl Scouts.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out brownies. Okay, yeah, that's it. I'm having a hard time with this one. I don't really know where to put it in my mind.
I like this. I just think it's too high.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Number 4.
Top 4.
Where are we going?
Number 4, theme betrayal. Commit to the bit. If you said you're going to do a theme, a themed tree, then do it. If it's supposed to be all silver, then leave your yellow minion ornaments and your macaroni reindeer in the box for next year.
Okay.
I am not a fan of themed trees. I think that every ornament has a story. It's a memory. I made it. Someone gave it as a gift. Yeah. There's, just a lot of history there. It's just so beautiful. So, I prefer to embrace the randomness of our ornament collection, But yeah, if you do a theme, then stick to the theme. Commit to the bit or don't do it. Half measures are the crime.
Yeah, I think this is you bring up a good point. I think the only problem that I have with this one is that I don't know if I've ever actually seen it. The people that I know that theme their trees they're very passionate about their themed trees. And so I'm trying to think of if I've ever seen the type of person that is all in on theme also be the person that's like, let's throw a couple of randos in there. I don't know if I've seen it. I'm trying to think. Dan?
I do think that's probably why it's such a big crime. I am not a theme tree guy, but I mean, growing up, 3 houses down from me, the Arms family, shout out Matthew Arms, Beth Arms, Lyman, South Carolina.
Big Arms!
Beth, they had 4 or 5 Christmas trees in their house. They had a 2-story house. They had a North Pole, like a Santa's Landing strip, and they had a tree, and that tree was very Santa themed, red, a little bit of white. They did this theme thing so well.
Yeah.
I can't imagine there are folks out there that, you know, like when you have young kids and you think you're going to do something one year, and then you realize a 10th of the way in, I can't believe that we thought we were going to do this year, and then you don't complete it. And that would be, in my opinion, one of the worst trees. If you like decided, but I think it's rare, but I do think that this is a pretty big crime because I do tree crime, obviously, not a real one.
Shout out to real crime.
Yeah, shout out to real crime. I do think if you were like, you know what, the kids are older, let's do a Christmas train around a train around the Christmas tree, and then let's make it all train ornaments, and let's do a garland of track, and then all of a sudden you're putting the track together down there, and you're like, this was a mistake. We have so much to do. I got to put together the 3-in-1 tournament table. We got to pop popcorn. I got to make a pie for the fellowship, and then all of a sudden you're like, this is the worst idea, and you have a normal tree with like 3 train ornaments. Then all of a sudden it is an absolute why did we do this situation. So I get it. It would never be me, but I get it at least. But I do think it doesn't happen often.
Oh, I swear to you, put your tree on there.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have fun. Yeah, fa la la.
Yeah, exactly.
I love a train Christmas.
Have they made a Christmas album? Boy, should they?
They've put out that
Calling All Angels.
Shake Up they have done. I think they'd have, but they have the Shake Up Christmas. That's a thing that you hear a lot.
Then they put Calling All Angels in a
Calling
Christmas
All
song.
Angels
Yeah.
in a Christmas song.
Yeah,
That's
they
right. Okay,
Top
all right.
3.
Top 3. It's getting real now.
Here
Len.
we go.
Yeah, okay. So number 3, clumping. These are cluster crimes.
Oh, it's a clumper.
And there are 2 types. There's the light cluster. So let's go back to the lights on the tree. Before you hang the first ornament, stand back and make sure your lights are nicely spaced out. No overlit sections that make it look like there's a headlight, blaring in your eyes, and no major dark spots. The lights go from the top to the bottom, right? So you don't want them all clustered into one spot. And then the other cluster involves, the ornaments. I think we've all been there, especially if you have little kids, right? You have like all the green
Big on
ornaments are all
clumping. Yeah.
piled together, right? So yeah, clumping the ornaments, you don't get a pass unless you're a kid.
Yeah,
kids love a clump.
Kids love to put all the ornaments on one branch and the wires surrounding.
Yes.
Yeah, I will say this. I'm going to choose to believe this is about ornaments and not about lights. I have thoughts on lights. Obviously, I don't want a clump of lights. I want lights to be throughout the tree. But this is number 3 and fine at number 3 for me because of ornaments. I think I love quite an array of ornament types. I don't think it needs to be themed. An array of colors all across the spectrum of what an ornament could look like is fine. Anywhere top to bottom is also fine. I don't care what they weigh, as long as they're safe and not going to hurt anybody. But if you put 5 ornaments in one, 3 square inch space, it drives me nuts, especially if there's open green space elsewhere. And so That is a big one. I'm going to choose to believe that I didn't hear the lights part because I'm going to have some thoughts on that later. But the ornament clumping is an absolute disaster.
You can't clump an ornament.
You can't clump an ornament. You can't do it.
I mean, literally, like it's what you do, you put them on there and you take a step back and you go, and then it happens every year. It's just, you have to take a step back and then be like, okay, I'm going to move this here. There's a little bare spot here. You can't just go willy nilly.
That's what we did when I was a kid because we had so many ornaments. There was no way you weren't going to clump some. You know what I mean?
There's some clumpage.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of clumpage, as long as there's enough ornaments to, I think, mask the clumping.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
When you have a tree with a ton of ornaments.
Yeah, if you have the correct ratio to make like this, what we have over here, and you decided to put 5 ornaments in one spot, it would look like an eyesore. It would look so bad.
Yeah. It'd be a weird thing.
Our Christmas
I love
tree
a lot of ornaments. We have a ton. We have ornaments, like I said, from like 3 generations, and then stuff from, when Ken and I were first married, and every year we take trips and we get ornaments on our trip. So it's good. So Dan, I am really curious to hear about your light thoughts, because I didn't get into light placement and whether it's around the tree or in and out of the branch. So I'm going to hold on to that too.
Yeah, I would say this, just to not give anything away, but like the one, and I would assume there's not going to be any more lights on your list, and I guess I could be wrong, but for me, light clumping is bad only if you've not put enough lights on your tree. I would rather a tree look properly lit and have a clump of lights than not have enough lights and then be symmetrical. That is what I'm saying. So I'll leave it there for now. That's where I'll leave it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Uh-oh.
Full frontal only.
Wow.
The Insta-tray.
Oh, boy.
Going full frontal.
Yeah.
This is, the equivalent of not what I'm doing, being in a Zooms or a Teams meeting and only, being dressed nicely from the top up, and you've got your pajama bottoms on the bottom. So,
well, I mean, you didn't have to call us out like that, Lynn, but whatever.
Sorry. Was that out loud?
Yeah, I don't appreciate
it looks great from the couch, but, from behind it is just sad, barren shame. So if your tree looks like it's, in the witness protection program, you don't see me back here, you're guilty. Decorate your whole tree. We have 3 points of entrance into our living room. And so, we always make sure that from every entrance point, you're going to see some ornaments. And if it's by the window, you want to, have ornaments there.
Plenty of opportunity for lobster is what I'm hearing from Lynn. 3 points of lobster.
I'm going to send you that fish house punch recipe. And then, you try decorating your tree and see what happens.
Brain, I don't know. You ever gone full frontal?
No. Well, I think probably early on in my marriage, I went full frontal from just a quantity of ornaments, right? If you don't have a lot of ornaments, you want to see all of your ornaments, right? And so you put them in a way that you can see them, because for a lot of my life, the tree is in a corner where there is a back that doesn't really matter that much, right? Depending on the house that I've lived in.
Oh, gasp.
All I'm saying. But now that I have plenty of ornaments, there are ornaments that are reserved for the back.
Yeah.
Oh.
You keep all ornaments and you reserve them for the back area that you're not going to see as much. You're going to see them some, but you're not going to see them as much.
Pop quiz. Is there such a thing as an ugly ornament? Yes or no? Mm-hmm.
No.
Are we off the record or on the record?
No, of course
This is
not.
like, is there such thing as an ugly baby? Like, we all say every baby is adorable, but like, there's some uggos out there.
Yeah. But you keep all the there's not a bad story, right? All the every ornament has a story. Some look better than others. It's fun to look at the ones that are maybe a little less traditionally attractive and go, oh, I remember when this happened, and then promptly put it in the back area.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what the back's for.
Traditionally attractive. I'm going to use that from now on.
I have never just decorated the front of a tree.
You never went full frontal?
I've never gone full frontal. I did.
Start.
I had an audition, I think, for like Basic Instinct.
And you said no? Did you say no?
Yeah, it was in my rider.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're against it.
Yeah. And then I stopped getting callbacks for other movies. It's crazy.
You won't do full frontal.
It's crazy how they treat men in this industry.
When it comes to their beliefs on Christmas trees.
That's right. I will say this. I've never decorated just the front of the tree. I do think there's there are situations where it wouldn't be a Christmas tree crime. Now, those situations, a lot of them are probably corporate, where you have a wall that is just three corners, just a wall, and you're trying to really Christmatize your office, and you just decorate the front of a tree and no other angle of that tree would be seen. I think if you have a small studio apartment with not a tree near a window and you still want to be festive, you can put up a tree and just hang your few ornaments on that tree and be fine. I want to be very clear. I personally hate this. If I see a tree and the 2D version of that tree looks like a decorated Christmas tree, and then any move to the side, and I'm like, what have you done? I hate it. But I also want to say that I think that there are times when I wouldn't consider it a Christmas tree crime.
Well, I'm getting word from our graphics department that the picture that was selected here is what is called a flat back Christmas tree. Apparently, this is a thing for people that don't believe in decorating a 360 Christmas tree, and the back of the Christmas tree is flat, so you can go flat up against a wall, and then you can decorate only the front and get away with it.
What kind of heresy is this?
Take it up with the graphics department.
May as well just get a fake tree. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Well, that is a fake tree.
I know. Just get a full fake one at that point.
Well, 100%.
Yeah, that is a full.
Can you imagine going full frontal on a fake tree? This is crazy.
Crazy.
What are we doing? Is this just like? Is this Krampus? That Krampus's tree? It's a fake full frontal tree.
We're about to head into number 1. But a quick reminder, number 10 is untested lights. Number 9 is tinsel overload. Number 8 is that Christmas tree topper turmoil. You get that sucker slanted like crazy. Number 7 is the wire hang. Number 6 is big old ball placement. Number 5 is the mishandled garland. Number 4 is theme betrayal. Number 4 is theme betrayal. Number 3 is clumping. Number 2 is going full frontal. And number 1 is what? Lynn?
I think number 1 is a crime that is committed mostly by the people that go full frontal.
Yeah.
It's naked and afraid.
Yeah.
No stand covering, no tree skirt.
Just out there wilding.
Your tree may sparkle, but that exposed metal stand says, we gave up. A tree without a skirt is like a rig without pants.
Nicely done.
That's really well done.
That's really well said. I couldn't say it better myself.
What do you do in your house? Do you have the skirt? Do you have the collar? What do you do?
There are collars, all kinds of things. So for us personally, before I got married, I had a house fire in the house that I was renting, and I lost everything. And it was on December 20th.
Oh no!
And my mom actually made a tree skirt for me, just so I would have something at Christmas. I was like couch surfing for places to stay, so close to the holidays and everything. So that's the tree skirt that I use. And it's double-sided. There's beautiful poinsettia fabric on one side. And then on the other side, it's this dark green with some little holly leaves on the other. And it's beautiful. It's trimmed and laced. So I always post a picture of it on my Facebook. But honestly, anything can work. A sheet, pillowcases, blankets, wrapping paper around it.
Literally, you have no excuse. If you have gone through the work of acquiring a Christmas tree of any persuasion, fake, real, fir, pine, and you have gone to the work of leveling that bad boy in a stand, giving it water, doing all the things that are a part and parcel of the Christmas tree experience, decorating it, lighting it, and then you don't put a tree, like, this is unequivocally number 1.
We weren't meant to see down there.
We just weren't.
We weren't meant to see it, and you have to respect your tree enough to give it some privacy.
I just don't get it. Like people that do this, what's the impetus?
What's the hurdle?
I don't like. You did all of the hard. Getting a tree's kind of a pain if you get a real tree. It's kind of a pain. You got to haul it. You got to get the stuff they packed it in off. You got to get it level. You got to wait until day after Thanksgiving. You got to give it water. You got to keep it, so it doesn't shed everywhere. It could shed. You got to vacuum up all of those.
A new pet
needles.
For a month.
And you don't do the one thing that is just. You have to do it. You have to do this. I'm 100% with you, Lynn.
Yeah, the tree's embarrassed.
We're all embarrassed.
The tree has had a tough go of it
because there's no world.
It got cut from its home, and now it's just trying to survive. And you want to just look at it as it's lapping up that water.
There's a lot of reasons,
pervert.
There's a lot of reasons to not have a Christmas tree if you can't have one. Where you live, you can't afford it. Whatever, it's tough that time. There's a lot of reasons to be like not in the Christmas spirit if that's not where you are. There are zero reasons to obtain a tree, decorate that tree, and then not cover where the tree meets the stand. It's crazy. Just insane.
Yeah. So that's my list, and I'm still rocked by the flat back Christmas tree thing, and that Dan taught me a new word called Christmatize.
Christmatize. That's I learned that's the shout out James Walker Thompson III, Jay Thompson, my dad, who would tell us. So we didn't take the Christmas tree down the day after Christmas, but he would. My dad was very particular about taking down the tree, and he would give us a day in advance and go, "Now, boys, tomorrow we're going to de-Christmatize."
That's right.
That's what he would say. That's
what give a heads up. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to try to make some changes to this list. We're going to see what we can do on the other side of the break here on the Diss List.
With Brandon Dan.
Yeah. Wow. I'm feeling festive. I'll say that much.
This is a tough one. This is a tough list to mess with and create something different.
It is. It 100% is.
Yeah.
A reminder to the folks at home, here is the top 10 Christmas tree crimes. Number 10, untested lights. Number 9, tinsel overload. Number 8, the Christmas tree topper turmoil. You just got to straighten that sucker. Number 7 is hanging your ornaments on wires. Number 6 is the ornament placement, the size of it. You got to think about that. Number 5 is mishandled garland. Too much, too little. Number 4, theme betrayal. I did it again. Number 4, theme betrayal. Number 3 is the clumping of the ornaments. Number 2 is full frontal. Number 2 is the old naked bottom.
Yeah.
Naked Brothers Band. All right. Dan, how about you go first this time?
Yeah. So what I decided, where the Christmas spirit led me was, I have to go with my gut, and it's going to cost me. And I know it's going to cost me. And you know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to sleep better because I got the truth out there. Fake tree has to be on this list. It just does.
What do you mean?
It is
following the rules?
It is in my mind. And a lot of this I do think is subjective. I think your use of tinsel is subjective and ornaments is subjective. Some of these I don't think are subjective. I don't think having lights that don't work is subjective. I think that's objectively a Christmas tree crime. I think not putting a tree skirt on pretty objectively just is not what you should do. Some of these other ones, I think your mileage may vary. Like for some people, they can't reach the top of the tree and their topper is just the last thing they put on. For me, that's a big deal. Christmas isn't Christmas until I have a real Christmas tree in my house. And that was true growing up, and it's true now. And I want to deal with the mess. I want it to be bothersome. I think that is part of what makes it wonderful is you did this. I did this with my boys, and they see me get mad at the tree, and they see me finagle with the Christmas tree stand and level it perfectly and put the lights on and get angry about having to do lights every year. And not in a bad way, but in a way of like, this was all because now we have a fresh smelling reminder of the Christmas spirit and Christmas season. For me, I can't imagine having Christmas without a real Christmas tree. When I see a fake Christmas tree, no matter how nice it is, my mom, this is also true. I'm telling a lot of fun stories because Christmas was awesome in my house growing up. My mom was basically allergic to Christmas trees. And it was such a big deal for my father to have a Christmas tree in the house that she just didn't say anything. She didn't do anything about it. She just, for literally the first 40 years of their marriage, did nothing. And my dad, upon realizing this was this thing about 10 years ago, went and got a fake Christmas tree, and they do a fake Christmas tree now. And you know what? That's awesome. Not a real Christmas tree. It is just not a real. I love my parents dearly. I love my buddy Brand, who loves Christmas dearly. It's Christmas when a real Christmas tree is up in the house. That is where I stand. It is an unequivocal stand by me, and it is what it is. I'm sorry to roughly half the country that purchases plastic and calls it Christmas. So not only did I put that on that list, but I put it on and took tinsel overload out because for me, I think there is something about the saturation of tinsel that brings it back around. So like, I agree that it can be really bad, but I think at some point, it gets to the point where it's like, this is good again. Like it just is a shining mess of a thing that you can't look away from. And I actually kind of like it, even though it's not my thing. And then after I put fake tree in and took out tinsel, I switched it with full frontal and moved it all the way to number 2.
Wow.
So first is Naked and Afraid. Second is Fake Tree. Those are the 2 biggies, and I stand by exactly what I did there. The other one that I put in was not enough lights on your tree. My tree, I want my tree to be imperfectly glowing. Do I set out to make it symmetrical? Yes. Do I ever get it perfect? No. Are there white lights on my tree? Yeah. Are there color lights on my tree? Absolutely. I want a whole row of strands deep in the branches. I want to create an effect when you look at it. I want it to be positively glowing with lights to where when it is nighttime outside and I put the presents under the tree before my kids wake up, it is a perfect picture.
Santa does it.
Whatever, of Christmas. If you go out there and get either get a pre-lit fake tree that has just enough lights to qualify as lights, or you're like, I'm just going to keep it classy. I'm just going to put a few strands of white lights on my tree and keep it classy. Nah, man. No. I want this tree to, if the lights were unstable, to be on fire. I want the tree to glow with a pregnant expectation of what's to come on Christmas morning. That is what I'm putting in this list, and I'm taking out ornament size placement because I just have never thought of it, and I don't know if I will, but I'm interested to see what happens. I mean, this year I already decorated my tree and didn't think of it, obviously. But you know, that was the day after Thanksgiving when I did that, obviously. So I took that one out and I just did a straight replace with not enough lights at 6. The other switch I made was, I think not testing lights should be higher, and I switched it with mishandling garland, which is something that I don't have a lot of experience seeing, but it would bother me if I saw it. So my list, Lynn, from bottom to top: number 10, mishandling garland; 9, full frontal only, which I think there are some instances where that's okay; 8, treetop or turmoil. That's a big one for me. 7, hanging ornaments on light wires. Get out of here. 6, not enough lights on your tree. 5, not testing the lights beforehand. 4, theme betrayal. 3, clumping cluster crimes in the ornament department. 2, you bought a fake tree. And number 1, you didn't put anything on the bottom of that tree. You left it naked and afraid. That's my list, Lynn. What do you think?
Well, I have to tell you, like I said, this is the first time in my life that we're having an artificial tree, and I'm very much struggling with it. So my husband, everything that you mentioned are the things that I love. I love seeing my husband struggle with the real tree, getting it straight in the stand. He waters it every day. I don't care about the needles dropping. I need that fresh tree smell.
Amen.
You know, scenticles. Yeah, okay, but no, that's not real. That's fake, right?
Yeah.
So we agreed that I could get a small real tree, like a little 3-foot, 4-foot one to have. So I think it's great. I love that you put that on there because up until getting a fake tree, that would have been.
Yeah, you can't say it if you have one. You know what I mean?
Right,
You
but now
Can you read yours one more time? Because I think the graphics were wrong. Can you say it one more time?
Yeah, it's 10, mishandling garland.
Yeah.
9, full frontal only.
Okay.
8, treetop or turmoil. 7, hanging ornaments on light wires. 6, not enough lights. 5, not testing lights. 4, theme betrayal. 2, clumping cluster crimes. 3, clumping cluster crimes. 2, fake tree. 1, naked and afraid. What the graphics department?
They just made a mistake with they've moved the full frontal to 7 instead of 9. So
okay,
it was a mistake.
Totally
It was a goof.
Yeah.
It was
What about?
I do agree with your lights.
Okay,
so my parents always taught my brother and I that if you can put lights on your tree without fighting, you have a great marriage.
Yeah.
And so my husband and I do that very well. After the first year where I taught him that, you know, for me, I don't like lights that just go around the outside. I reach in and I pull out, and it's, you know, I want that full light effect.
Getting in that Christmas spirit just thinking about it.
So it's great. I like your list.
Well,
I want to hear brands.
I've told this story, but my wife and I, our first year of marriage, she wanted white lights, I wanted color lights on the tree, and we thought we'd alternate years, and then we did both, either first or second year of marriage, and that was it. It was the best
was
thing we
it?
ever did.
That
Yeah.
was it. Okay, a couple of changes I'm going to make. I want to include one that, to me, it just I see this and it just kind of bums me out. And it's not. I can appreciate a theme when the ornaments are like a part of the theme, like a train theme is fun. As like put all the train album arts and different ornaments and stuff like that. I think that's really fun. What I don't care about or care for is color theme. A tree that is just
Ooh,
like
that's a good one.
red
Oh, that's
balls.
A good one.
I don't leave me alone with this. I don't want that.
Miss me with that.
Miss
as the kids would
me
say.
with that.
Yeah.
So like just one color on the tree.
Monochromatic.
I'm not about that life. The other one that I am including is it is a trend that I am beginning to see more and more of every year, and I don't like it, especially with bigger trees. And I think it's on bigger trees because of that it's easier to deal with this. And it's vertical lights.
Ooh.
It's like when the lights go up. Have you not seen this? Especially on bigger trees, people have begun to just do vertical lights because it's easier than going around when you have such a big tree. And every time I see it, I'm like, what sick pervert did this? It's un-American, and dare I say unhuman. It's not. We weren't meant to do things this way. Vertical lights, I'm out on. I am
That's
getting.
right. You heard it here first. If you put vertical lights on your tree, you're a sick pervert.
And not a human. Yep.
Went a little hard in the paint there.
Not hard enough. Not hard enough, if you ask me.
All right.
It should come as no surprise. I'm getting rid of the wire hang. I think it's just more surface area for you to hang ornaments on,
That's
which means
crazy.
more ornaments, and I love it. I think it's what you should do. And then I am also going to get rid of the mishandling of garland, only because I couldn't really place it in my mind. I was like, I had a hard time knowing if I hate it or if I love it, and so I got rid of it altogether. So here's what I've done. I've done a little bit of a flip here. Untested lights, I've moved up to 4, and I brought the theme betrayal down. I kept tinsel.
Both moved untested lights up.
As it should
Yeah,
be. You can't do it. Tinsel's fine. The topper, you can't have that sucker crooked. I like that. I've kept clumping on, and I've kept the size. The clean replace for me is the vertical lights getting in the garland. Like what is this? What, you see this picture? What is that? What is that?
That's so wrong.
Some sort of sick pervert.
It's sick.
You know who does that? The person who buys a flat back tree.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
one of
right.
those fake
And
full
then
frontal boys.
I got rid of the hanging at 7 and replaced it with a single color. And then I did a flip. Single color's now number 3, and the clumping's down at 7. Left full frontal at 2, naked at 1. That's what I did.
Oh man, this is hard.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough. You're in the hot seat now, Lynn.
This is so hard.
Tell us what you're thinking. What are you thinking?
You blew my mind with the vertical lights.
I know.
I can't even.
What's interesting is you might have seen it before, but you didn't clock it. You'll see it at some point.
I can imagine if you did it really well, it would look similar.
Yeah, maybe.
But the picture you showed is a disaster.
It's
Like a foot in between rows.
perverted. It's perverted.
And you know the monochrome tree is just that's. You know what? Why even have a tree? If you're
Why
gonna
even
do
have a
that?
tree? Why even have one?
Don't
But Dan
even
brings
do
up
that.
great points. Listen, I was a real tree boy, and I was as passionate about it as Dan. So I understand it. But I didn't want to wait 1 year, and I've never looked back, and I don't regret it one single bit. Getting to put my tree up in November 1st, that's what I need.
I mean, you can take care of a regular.
Do you use the centicles? Did you?
No, I'll occasionally bring in something for a little sense, but I don't. I'm not like I don't always have a centicle around now.
All right, I honestly, I got to give it to Dan because he put the fake tree, real tree on there, and that just
That's so
Sorry,
fascinating.
it was
It was
really
one of.
close.
It's just
Really,
interesting
really
when you
close.
come in with. Occasionally, someone will come in with some guidelines, and I won't follow it, and I'll get dinged for it. Dan comes in. You came in with your guidelines, and you said, "I'm not. We're not talking about real or fake." And Dan did it, and he gets praised for it.
Hey, but sometimes you do. You made Peter Falk a bad guy when he just wasn't. That wasn't following the
against
rules at all.
No,
it was
that wasn't against the rules.
There's nothing
He
in the rule
brought
book.
Ratatouille.
He brought
had already
Ratatouille.
broke his
That's
own
true,
rules.
yeah.
Don't those.
Lynn, I'm glad this is a victory for real trees everywhere. It's a victory that needed.
Go enjoy your fake tree.
And the more and the more lights. I think the more lights is the sneaky. That is maybe the most important thing. I mean, you have not enough lights on your tree. Good gosh.
There's so many lights.
This was great.
I
Lynn.
feel
So many
bad.
lights
I
on the
did
fake
set the parameters, and I just broke them by
Yeah.
voting.
You know,
I won you
that's-
over with my rhetoric, and that's fair. You know what I mean?
That's fine. You guys enjoy your vertical lines, your monochromatic.
Merry
trees.
Christmas, everyone.
Dan, we're going to be off for the rest of the year.
I
We're going
love
to
that
come back
plan.
in January swinging. We've got so many great
we do.
lists coming up. It's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Get your books.
That's
get all
right.
the
Look at those
things.
books in the background there.
Get all the Christmas
Fantastic.
shopping. It's going to be a lot of fun. So coming back next year for some more diss lists. Until then,
Keep dissing those lists.
and listen to Hallmark Movie Drafts.
It's the Diss List with Brandon Dan. It's the Diss List.